Hey guys, welcome to Wednesday. I'm struggling today. Like, there's so much to do here and I feel just lost. Like, I've really been needing counsel from, I don't know, maybe some wise old man or something, but we don't really have one of those, so I don't really know what to do.
Yeah, it's because they couldn't get Tom. That's why I'm here, okay?
It's a miracle! It's a Corona miracle. 2 to 3 rounds in our buy-in today. We'll do the what in a moment. But we are going through this max effort holds. We got 3 different stimuluses here. We are going L-sits after the core and hip flexors. We are going max handstand hold or some kind of shoulder stability hold. And then a max pull. So any kind of row or pulling motion where we can hold at the top. So L-sit, handstand, pulling. Max effort for each, kind of resting as needed in between them. And then as you can see, we got a lot of options listed here. So we're going to get you guys a lot of different ideas. This is not going to take too long. It's going to be a little exhausting, but it's going to set you up perfectly for the workout. I demoed a lot the past 2 days, so I've recruited my wise old man.
I'm probably going to need to recover for 2 days after the demo, but...
Also, this is very heavily influenced by gymnastics, which, as you guys know, is Jimmy's specialty, so that's also why I called him in. So we're going to start with this L-sit hold. And first and foremost, we don't have parallettes, and most of us don't have something to hang from, but that doesn't mean we can't do this. So we're going to start just seated right on the ground. So the single leg lift that we're going to be looking for, you're going to support yourself at the sides, and you're going to shoot your hips back, making sure they're in line with your arms. And all he's going to do is leave one leg on the ground and just point the other toe straight out and hold. So I'm going to keep telling him to push his hips back and closing that gap. And when that leg's done, he can just switch.
This sucks.
And it's just holding, sitting, hanging out. You can rest. So then we have these chairs set up. So if you have a solid chair, some kind of foundation that you can hold yourself up on, that's going to make it easier to do this bent knee hold. So we'll do a single one first. You're just going to sit in the chair normally. You're going to support yourselves at the side. Your hands may be up underneath you a little bit. But he's going to hold himself up, and you'll notice that he's just hovering here. So the further his feet out are in front of him, the harder it gets. But you can tell he's already vibrating, so it gets nice and difficult. That can also be done between 2 chairs. So if you got 2 things like this, I'm going to hold it there. That works too. But this is where we can start looking for the L-sit. What's an L-sit look like, Jimmy? Boom. And we'll just sit here, and I'll take my time. Oh, we're done. Never mind. Obviously, the L-sit's one of the most challenging things that we can throw at you guys. That's why it's a max effort. My challenge to you in this is to find something that you can hold 20 to 30 seconds of. So if you get into the L position and immediately have to drop, that's maybe a little intense. Let's start bending those knees or trying that single leg option. Special note on this attacks the quads and the hip flexors, so you want to make sure you're getting a lot of adequate stretching through those quads and hip flexors, really opening up through those hips to get yourself prepped for that. But that's all your options for the L-sits. We're going to move on to the handstand hold. So first and foremost, we're going to get into that pike position. So if you don't have a wall you can kick up to, or you're not very proficient with that, we're going to have you get in a push-up position to start. And then you're going to widen the feet out and walk them up kind of closer to your hands. So see his hips come up, but I'm going to have him come high to his tiptoes, and that weight is going to shift forward. And so these shoulders are going to start getting nice and taxed. So if that's a little easy, but you still don't want to get completely upside down, we can elevate your feet. This is going to be more of that L position. So plank position, walk the hands up to the feet, and notice how his hips are directly over his shoulders. And you can just hold right there. That's going to be perfectly fine for this. If you're comfortable kicking up to the wall, however, couple of notes. A, be mindful of your drywall. Don't kick a hole in your wall and blame me for it and have to hang a picture frame in the way. B, if you have a towel or want to tape up some paper or something for your feet to be on, that will also help. Make sure everything is secure if you do it in a doorway or on a wall. But we've tested this. It's ready to go. So your normal kick up, nice and light, and then he's going to be stacked. Flexing the quads, flexing the glutes, flexing the abs, elbows nice and locked out, holding for as long as he is safe and comfortable and able, and when you're ready to come down, one leg comes and you can dismount. And the whole reason I called him in here today, if you are feeling particularly badass and you want to go for it and you got space and a healthy environment to do it in, we can do a free standing hold. So he picks up, he holds nice and tight, dances around as needed, but trying to hold that position. I'm so jealous right now. All right, quit showing off. Get down. And a dismount. Yes! Other options in this would be you can do some kind of overhead press hold if you just need to, but really trying to work your guys' body weight here. So, L-sit, handstand, last but not least, pulling. So, we have a lot of options. You guys may have noticed this towel that I put here kind of serves a double purpose. What I want you guys to notice is if you try this, tie a good tight knot around a bed sheet or a towel, something that is nice and sturdy. Put it from the outside in to your door frame and close it. And again, make sure it's secure. Give it some test pulls and then you're ready to go. So the first option is this towel row hold, and it's going to be done like your classic ring row. You're going to grip it nice and tight. You're going to get your feet as close to the door as you can stand. You're going to lean back, and then you're just going to pull in and hold right there, nice and tight. This is a great pull-up progression as well. You can go ahead and rest. But that is something that we can work our grip and our pulling muscles on. But if you don't want to get that fancy, you don't trust your own doorway, here's the next option. We open this up, we remove the towel. This is where we can do that normal doorway row. So with Jimmy, he's going to face the outside. We have this little ledge here, so I'm going to have him put his feet just forward just a little bit, like at the bottom. And he's going to lean back, and he's going to pull himself to that upright position and hold right there. So it's hard to tell from this angle, but his body weight is leaning back, and that's what's working those muscles. Because if he lets go, he's going to fall on his butt. The table row, we don't have a table down here, but we demoed that in last week's pulling video. So we're just going to demo it. We happen to have a set of rings here. Getting inverted underneath your table, so you're going to be pretty prone and upside down. You can even prop your feet up if you have something like this, but it's just pulling and holding at the top. If you're on a table, try to get your chest in contact with the table. Last but not least, your chin over bar hold. So we don't have a pull-up bar, but this one's pretty basic. If you happen to have a pull-up bar and you want to hold at the top, just pulling, getting your chin over the bar, and holding right there. And we'll make it seem like it's actually tough. I did mention this one. I put it in as an option. We want to stick with body weight, but again, if you just can't find an adequate source, any kind of bent position, either single arm or double arm pulling, will work just fine here. Dumbbell, kettlebell, anything like that. Bent over row position.
And use the appropriate weight for yourself.
Yes. But tucking the biceps, pulling the elbows back, all that stuff will work. I want your best time for each of them. So we got all these on Sugar Wad. Give me your best time for all three. Thank you, Jimmy. Thanks for showing me
My
how.
pleasure. I'm glad that you brought me over on handstand day.
Oh, we're going to make him do stuff he doesn't like in the next video. See you guys.
Gotta go.